Okay, Game 2, Bicuspidvalv versus Utumno! This is Bicuspidvalv, the red Protoss in the top right. This is Utumno, the blue was a Zerg, has changed to Terran for Game 2. Let's hope that helps him build more stuff than he did in the last game. Utumno currently 1-0 down, looking to even up this match, this best of 3. Against Bicuspidvalv, who was dominant in the first game, having cleverly built an army. So, Utumno playing Terran, building a supply depot, pretty normal stuff. He's got some workers here, everything looking tasteful. Already a bit of cash in the bank. Might choose to drop an early expand with that money, or might just save up a nice account's worth of cash. I haven't had a chance to preview this replay at all, so I have no idea what's about to occur. Bicuspidvalv here, very standard opening, has the gateway down, drops a gas already. This worker, so keen to mine some gas, he's literally waiting for that building to finish. Okay, second pylon going down, because why not? Only 2 workers in the gas, don't know if that's intentional or... yeah, a bit weird. So dropping a second gas up to 3 now. Okay. I'd expect to see a side core come down now that this gateway's finishing, because you need a side core to do anything as Protoss, really. But okay, queuing zealots. I'm fairly alarmed by the amount of money that Utumno has here. So let's go and see Utumno and see what he's doing. Just as we leave Bicuspidvalv, I just saw a forge coming down there. Bicuspidvalv loves that forge side core order of things. Look at this, 2 racks. This is encouraging, Utumno. Very encouraging indeed. Your command center isn't building anything, and it should be. But at least 2 barracks coming down. With this much money in the bank, you know, I wouldn't mind to see 5 barracks, 6 being built, because that's going to be hard to spend. This guy hanging out, look, just holding a pile of minerals there. Look at him. Just, I've got some minerals. I want to keep them. Nobody's taking these minerals from me. They're mine. Mine. Anyway, yeah, Utumno is saving some money. Good to see. And Bicuspidvalv, queuing up upgrades. Yeah, love your work, Bicuspid. But look at this top right corner, doesn't really have huge amounts of spare cash, so he's doing a reasonable job of spending his money, and that is so important in this game. Mine minerals, spend them. That's the key. So I've got the production tab here, shows me what's going on. Refinery just coming down for Utumno, so he's going to be able to mine some gas. He is going to have a big imbalance between his minerals and gas, so really he could do with a second one as well. This lone marine, just looking pretty lonely. So, queue of marines in this barracks, none building in this one. Think about these things, Utumno, think about it. Meanwhile, over here, couple of adepts, couple of zealots. Not sure why we queued up early zealots if we're not going to push across the map and do stuff with them. Perhaps thinking defensively, perhaps thought Utumno in the last game was just, you know, lull him into a false sense of security and was likely to attack early in this game. I'm not sure if I like using a gas miner to build stuff ever. You know, the nature of the game is that you normally have plenty of minerals, but gas is the limiting factor to how quickly you can build stuff. Okay, expand coming down for Bicuspidvalv. Just finishing up is going to mean that he is going to have an income advantage. Already has quite a substantial income advantage, and I think that's partially because Utumno, well, Utumno stopped building workers. Yeah, that's a bit weird actually. Shouldn't be that different. Oh, it isn't that different. And Utumno hasn't built an orbital command, a really important upgrade for a Terran command center, the orbital. Okay, Utumno, get some workers in the gas, get an expand down here, build another 6 barracks, pump out loads of stuff. This time Utumno doing a better job of building some units. Yeah, army-wise, both players actually not that different. There you see the army supplies. The Protoss doing significantly better at building workers though. Upgrade-wise, I think doing better on the upgrade front as well. No engineering bay yet for Utumno. Reaper out. I think Utumno's just checking stuff out really. He's just, I think I'll build a Reaper, why not? Why wouldn't you build a Reaper? I'll tell you why not, because they're useless. Reapers are good in the very early game because they're very, very fast, can jump up and down cliffs. So generally what you'd see a Terran do is the first unit they would build would be a Reaper. They might build two, but mostly just one Reaper. And you send that across the map straight away. It's able to jump into the opponent's base. It's so quick that nothing can really catch a Reaper in the early game. A Protoss certainly doesn't have any ranged units that early. So the only thing the Protoss has got that can really tackle the Reaper is the Mothership Core. It moves at roughly the speed of continental drift, so the Reapers can just run about and scout the entire base, see what's happening, potentially kill one or two workers while they're there, but more importantly just get information. Some players in the lower leagues do tend to build just loads of Reapers and be really annoying with them, come across the map with, say, you know, well, send the first one straight away, but just continue to send them across and end up with 4 or 5 Reapers, can one-shot a worker, and since they're so quick, that can be really frustrating to deal with for a Protoss until they get a stalker out. So, Bicuspidvalv, moving down here, looking to secure a third. Again in this game, I'm a little bit disappointed to see that no scouting really has happened. If you look at the minimap, that's what Bicuspidvalv knows about his opponent, literally nothing. And Utumno knows literally nothing about his opponent. Bicuspidvalv may not even know that Utumno is Terran this time, and that just shouldn't be allowed to happen. So the Protoss now sending in this worker to have a look around, manages to walk straight past Utumno's army. Is he actually going to see anything though, or is he in fact just going to park over here? Yep, that's pretty much exactly the same thing as he did in the last game, just skirts past and parks there. That isn't really scouting, you haven't gained any information from doing that Bicuspidvalv. So unless he's going to sneak over here and drop a pylon so that you can maybe warp in some units around the back, please check some stuff. Ah, yeah, run away from them, they'll kill you. Oh no, it's a wall, I'm trapped. Yeah, good. Well done, Utumno, cleaned that up nicely. Nice to see that you've got an expo down. So do build some workers, because otherwise this expand won't really do anything for you. Build some workers. That being said, not short of money, Utumno. Some units being built here, but you know, with this much money in the bank, you've got workers to spare, really, haven't you? This command center, 16 workers when only 12 are required to maximally harvest these minerals. So, you know, you could easily pull 4 of these and just be building barracks 4 at a time. Once you're up to 10 barracks, you'll be able to spend that money, and you'll be able to put out an army. At least, though, army supply, well, okay, in favour of the Protoss, but Utumno this time with some army. Upgrade wise, look at this, resonating glaives happening for the Protoss. Did he have a lot of adepts? He's got a reasonable number of adepts, so that particular upgrade increases the attack speed of adepts by 25% maybe. Does make them very effective. Adepts do bonus damage really against, as you can see there, against light. So units that are considered light will die quickly to those adepts. That includes workers, and it also includes marines and reapers. So Utumno, to combat that, what you really need is either some mech that would come from a factory, good skills, it's almost like you could hear me, or indeed some marauders, which would require you to build tech labs onto these barracks. Okay, so supplies in the top right here, looking a little bit one-sided. This looks like a very similar army to what Bicuspidvalv moved across the map with previously. Again, we've got this oracle isn't really going to help much. Oracles are good at killing workers. They're quite good at killing Marines, but if the Marines, have the nerve to shoot back, the Oracle will fall pretty quickly. This is going to be pretty one-sided, I'm afraid. These have no upgrades on them. Those Reapers aren't going to... that's not going to help. Yeah, you saw there the Oracle went on pretty fast to those Marines. These Adepts are just hanging out at the back here. But ultimately, I'm afraid this game is over. Ah well, Utumno. Hopefully, for your next match, you'll maybe have watched these replays, maybe have thought a little bit about what the best way to make sure you don't get all of that money in the bank. It does you no good. Just, your focus in the early game needs to be on building up your economy for sure, but at the same time, having money never helps you. Always be turning that money into units. I think one of the little tips that comes up when you're loading the game is that the larger army nearly always wins, and that's absolutely true. Mine stuff, mine minerals, mine gas, and turn it all into army. Otherwise you lose. Everything else, tactics, strategies, sort of which units you build, all of that is secondary to building units. If you've got 200 supply and the other player's only got 100 supply, you've probably won, even if you haven't got the ideal combination of units. Okay, that's it. GG.